Hey everybody, welcome to this B1 English listening practice video. You can use this video to practice your listening and comprehension as I speak. Before we start, remember to download the Listening Time podcast and become a member at patreon.com/listening time to receive my listening practice seminars, sound training videos, and extra podcast episodes. And remember, if you become a member at Listening Time Family Member, you'll receive my advanced podcast episodes. Okay, today I'm going to talk about American culture. I could probably talk for hours and hours about this topic, but I'll try to cover a few main cultural elements. And then I'll probably do a part 2 to this video. So let's jump to right in. The US has what most people would probably consider the most popular culture in the world. This is due to the fact that the US exports its culture to other countries via the internet, entertainment, and other means. And the fact that English is now the most important language for business and travel has also contributed to this. So a lot of you probably already know quite a bit about American culture, but let's go ahead and talk about a few cultural elements. One of the most important aspects of American culture is our commitment to freedom. One of the most important values in the US, if not the most important, is personal liberty. At the very core of the US Constitution and the Declaration of Independence is the idea that each individual has the right to live freedom, and that government only exists to protect this right. So what does it mean exactly? It means that individual people can live and act how they want as long as they don't infringe upon the rights of others. In the US, we stress the individual more than the collective. This is different from most countries where there's more stress on the common good of society. In these places, the government often has a bigger influence in people's lives. Okay, the next cultural element I want to talk about is politeness. When many foreigners visit the US, they notice that while it may not be the friendliest country in the world, Americans tend to be very polite. For example, we have a tendency to say things in a pretty indirect way to sound nicer. So if we're at a restaurant, instead of asking the waiter, where is the restroom? Most of us would probably say, could you tell me where the restroom is? This type of indirect questions sound more polite, so we prefer them. In certain situations, if someone asks something very directly, many Americans might even feel that person's being a little rude. This is indicative of how much politeness is valued in the US. Alright, one of the other cultural elements that I want to discuss is entrepreneurship in the US. This obviously exists in every country, but the entrepreneurial spirit especially was bred in the US. Many people dream of owning their own business or creating something new. A lot of my students in other countries tell me that only a small minority of people in their country want to become an entrepreneur. Most people would probably prefer to work as an employee in a good company with good benefits. Of course, many Americans want this too, but there are also many people that want to start something on their own. There's something about creating a business from scratch that's really appealing and inspiring to many people, and some people simply value independence more than comfort. I'm definitely the type of person considering that I've never worked a full-time job as an employee. Even though I've never received benefits like paid vacation days, I still prefer this type of work. I love the freedom and excitement that comes with working independently and as an entrepreneur. So you could definitely say that I have this entrepreneurial spirit in me. Okay, that's all for today. I probably made a part 2 to this video to talk about some more cultural elements in the US. Before we go, remember to download the Listening Time podcast and become a member at patreon.com/listening time to receive my listening practice seminar, sound training video, and extra podcast episodes. Remember, if you become a member, you will receive my friend's podcast episode. Also, subscribe to the channel, click on the bell, and follow us on Instagram. I'll see you next time.